Okay, black women. So I see that black women, young black girls, and black males are up to their defaming skits videos of black women's and trying to continue to tear down the relationship between black mothers and daughters. All right. So we have this new fake video going around of a black mother supposedly throwing her daughter, her 17-year-old daughter, out of the home because she didn't cook food for her 20-year-old do-nothing shiftless brother. And then the little girl goes through the home with the video showing the dude playing, stereotypically, playing the video game, smoking weed, room is a mess, and she's crying and going through this whole thing about her mother don't want in the house no more, blah, 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 blah. Black women and young women, black women, you have really got to, and I'm so serious about this, because you're only going to fuck up your own lives, your own support systems, and you're only going to make it bad and worse for you in society, which is why when these people put these fake videos together, this is their intention. First off, let me go through the reality of life with these videos. This is a 17-year-old girl. Number one, she should be in school. If she wasn't in school that day, if this is in the evening when her mother is coming home or whatever, because you never know, they didn't say what hours the mother works, right? Two things is real. She's a minor. Her mother cannot just kick her out of the house. You understand what I'm saying? And I think there is enough information on the internet for all minor young girls, starting, I would say, as young as 10 years old to 19, to know that if your parent tries to throw you out of your house, they legally do not have the right to do that. You are a minor if you are less than 18. And in some cases, if you have a disability or something is mentally wrong with you, your mother still cannot throw you out the house, or your piece of shit black father. So you should call 911. When 911 comes, they're going to reiterate to the mother, the piece of shit father, whoever it is, that they're not allowed to put a minor out into the street. If they feel like the minor needs to be removed from the household, that parent has to go to court and have the judge make a determination if that young teenage person or minor is to be removed from the home. That is not a decision a mother can make. Unless, like I said, there's nothing mentally or physically wrong with the child and they're 18 and older. If they below 18, you cannot do that. This young girl could call 911. In turn, a child protective investigation should be launched. And if she doesn't feel safe or want to call the police, the very next time she goes to school, she needs to talk to her teacher or the school guidance counselor to let them know what is going on in her home, so that the school can notify the proper authorities, because the schools are what we call in law enforcement mandated reporters, meaning anytime a child brings something to your knowledge that is harmful, negligent, or push the child in a risk level that is concerning, they must report that. So this is bullshit. This is yet another fucking skit. And what this skit is to do is three things, right? One, to continue the bashing of black women on social media. Two, this is to reinforce this black male worshiping mentality and mindset of young black women, to make them feel like this is expected of you. Because we are taught this in our homes. We are taught to be like the little slaves, the little mothers in our homes for grown-ass men. That is not what you're supposed to do, young black women. However, this video is trying to reinforce that by showing the mother, who is the matriarch of the household, because black males are not responsible, or men in our communities. So they're playing off all of these stereotypes. They're also playing off of the indoctrination that young black women who grow to be the mothers, like this mother and daughter situation in this video shows, to be overly indoctrinated into worshiping the black male and neglecting the little black girl, which does happen in many households, but not all, right? So this video is also reinforcing that. And then thirdly, unfortunately, this video is trying to reinforce the very wrong but true at sometimes stereotype that every single black mother in every black community, hear the words I'm saying, right? Every single black mother in every single black community. This is the stereotype. This video, this script video, this whatever they're calling this stage shit right here, this skit, and the black males that run around trying to proclaim that black women are the worst mothers in the world, which is why the black community is the way it is, right? You got to remember, this is the shit they do, and they do it on purpose because they have a particular goal in mind. Their goal as black males, with the help of these black worshiping women, what do y'all call them? Pick-me's, right? This is what they do to make sure that these black males have a place to live, somewhere to stay, and that they continue to live off of the free labor of black women and use the monetary resources of these black women. So I skipped over my point about the mothers and daughters, but what this also does, this is the third point, that this skit further goes into breaking down the already fragile relationships between too many black women and their daughters. Not all. Because all of us black women are not pieces of shit mothers. As a matter of fact, we are some of the best mothers. But because you have social media, and social media tends to make always the negative seem like it is the only thing that is happening, this is what this skit is also trying to what is the word? Reconfirm, and also to point out to you that this is it and there's no other variation, which is not true. So little young black girls, do not fall for this shit. Believe me when I tell you. Because too many young women these days, and I have a daughter that is affected by this shit too, they're too entranced and like hypnotized and like being a robot for social media and going along with the trends of social media, making the relationship between them and their mother, when they don't have a bad relationship or don't have any issues with their mom. Skits like this try to create and break down the support and the availability of help for young black women. This is what this shit does. Because when you have certain black women that will watch these videos and not have that much of an open mind, or be in a position in life where they have a lot of empathy for other young black women, or they can't see anything from another person's view, skits like this is what this shit is intended to do, is to make women my age and a little bit younger and older go, fuck them young stupid bitches. If this is the dumb shit they doing, fuck them. Nope, don't help them. This is what all of this shit is done for, so that you as the young black woman, you have no older black women to help you, rescue you, or guide you through some shit you need to get through, because you got these older black women, not even older, black women of all ages in general, who are black male worshiping, like the mother is playing in this skit with that black male son in the back, working against the younger black woman to like lock her into a life of no fucking future. And you know why they do this. They do this because you got all these old nasty motherfucking black males on TikTok, YouTube, and every other social media platform, always talking about how women over 35 hit the wall, they ain't no good, they want young women from 15 and up, and this is the rhetoric bullshit they push. So if they continue to put out these sketch videos like this, right, skit videos, whatever you call it, where they are trying to create an atmosphere of oh, black mothers are no good, they always hate their daughters, they're jealous of their daughters, they treat their daughters terribly. That is not true for the majority of black women. But if young black girls believe this and they start having rifts with their mother, I've said this so many times before, you will really create this shit. more than you needed to be. And then when those young girls are caught in relationships with older men, pimps, human traffickers, whatever the fuck they run into in the street, who do they have to call? Who do they have to come get them, help them, and care about them? Because too much of this shit has been circulating to cause bad feelings all the way around. This is what this skit video is made to do. So that these black dudes who want to abuse young black girls and who are looking for young black girls to live off of pimping out their bodies or having these girls in their homes and sexually violate them and have them pumping out all of these little bum ass kids they're gonna have, that this young girl with no education and nowhere to go doesn't know how to mother and doesn't know how to become the woman she should be. That's what this bullshit ass skit is for. Think about what I'm saying. This little girl in this video said, "Ma, what are you doing? I have nowhere to go." "I don't give a fuck. You gotta get your shit and get out of here." I'm gonna let it play in a minute, right? But the point is, that's what they're setting this little girl up for. If she has nowhere to go, right? According to this bullshit ass parody, if this girl has nowhere to go, where the fuck do you think she's gonna end up? But with some sleazy ass old motherfucker beating her ass, digging in her ass, and having her pop out children that she won't be able to protect. She won't be able to parent because she has not been in an environment to allow her to grow to her greatest potential. This shit is dangerous. But I need y'all to recognize this bullshit for what it is, right? If you haven't noticed, the reason why they need to do this kind of shit to try to reel black women and young girls back in to black males and taking care of them, caping for them and doing everything for them, is because too many black women are waking up and not giving a fuck about them. Look at the lives. Look at what is going on in black fucking YouTube and media platform, period. Black women's voices, American black women's voices are drowning out. Me, I'm not even here the way I used to be. I just closed my TikTok page completely. I'm tired of the fuck shit over there, right? And now I'm about to close YouTube because I'm tired of dumb shit over here too. Like, when you try to tell black women, you got to gatekeep your image. You have to protect your daughters. You got to start caring for one another. Do you black women not understand that it is in America's best interest and these nowhere going black males' interests to have these skits circulated to make black women and young black girls feel helpless and hopeless so they can stay stuck in poverty and stay stuck in relationships where they're taking care of these dudes, just like that little girl that was on the video the other day where this nigga is living in her house and got mad because she drove her own car to work? Do you not understand that this is the shit they're trying to keep going and that they want more black girls and black women to subscribe to? This is why they put this fucking stupid skit video out here. This shit is not real. Do you really think a 17-year-old girl this day and time is going to be acting and carrying on like that, however old she is, 15, 17, whatever, right? And not know that if I ain't got nowhere to go, my mother just can't put me out the house? That's bullshit. They even teach that shit in the high schools. How the fuck you think I know it? They teach that in the high school, and in many, many states in America. There are places like Covenant House, The Door, many other organizations that go around high schools, give assembly seminars to inform teenage kids about the law and what rights teenagers have as minors when they live in dysfunctional households with out of control mothers and fathers, grandmothers, uncles, every way you can have a family imaginable. Because everybody don't live with their mother and father, okay? And so they go around explaining the law, explaining to these teenage kids in all the schools throughout America what you should do if this situation occurs with you or this is happening to you. So this is a crock of shit. Please do not believe this. And y'all got to start putting some thought to this shit. If that was how a lot of some of those ignorant bitches are, right? The mothers. Do you really think she's going to allow that little girl to record her as she comes in and still have that fucking phone in her face when she's actually breaking the law by throwing this child out in the street, that footage right there could end that lady in jail for a few years. That is parental neglect. And what is the other one? Not super reckless, but reckless endangerment of a minor. I don't remember all my codes from being a cop, but you can't just throw a child out in the street. Anything could happen to a child in the street. And you as a mother, when that's a minor, you as the parent or guardian, whoever, you are responsible for that child. You can't just do this shit. This is these people, these fucking black males and these black women who worship these niggas. This is all of the last ditch efforts they're putting together to make black women stay with this undying, stupid, retarded loyalty to these bum-ass fucking black males. All right, I'm gonna start playing this shit now. I want y'all to think about what I say, because it's real when I'm telling you. This is another fucking skit, and you're gonna see this type of shit all the way up and through after the fucking election, because they need to try to convince all the black women that they know are going to vote for Kamala Harris to, think about what's going to happen to the black male. Think about him. This is what this bullshit is for. Don't y'all know that? This is what this bullshit is for, because they know. Because you see them everywhere. Like, I just went to the grocery store, right? And there's bum-ass black dudes outside with tables putting up bullshit out of their house to try to sell, because they got no job, no education, no way of taking care of themselves. So they need to portray this dysfunctional bullshit that is completely a skit on YouTube, TikTok, etc. Because remember, this is also clickbait. This is going to be rage bait. This is going to be everything they need to put a little change in their pocket, and also try to, reinforce to young black girls who are not very clear, or who may be on the fence of not understanding that the furthest you stay away from black males, the better off you're going to be. And it's no joke, young black women. Yesterday, where did I go? I was on the train. Oh, I went to go handle some personal business in Jamaica, Queens, right? So I got on the train after I had taken the lift there. So I'm on the train, I'm like, paying attention. So I see your little young black girl sitting in the corner in the two-seater of the train. So I'm on the train and I see this dirty fucking black dude come in and sit next to her. So then I start focusing all my attention over there where she is. Because I'm like, if he starts fucking with this little girl, I'm going to get up and fuck this nigga up, right? So, okay. He doesn't do anything to her. But the whole time he sees me looking. He understands, you fuck with that little girl, I'm coming, nigga. I'm on my way over there. All right? So he sees this. So a couple of stops pass, and he sees I'm not stopped staring at him. So he gets off. After he gets off, then another fucking bum comes on the train, and I literally mean a fucking bum, right? Looking like he's sleeping on the trains and all that, talking to himself. So he gonna come next to me, dancing and acting stupid, and I'm like, dude, you need to move, right? What? I said, you need to move. You need to move. Because if you fuck around with me on this train, I'm going to bleed your ass out right here, right now. Oh, shit. What's with all the attitude? I don't give a fuck. I put my hand on my shit, and I'm getting ready to get up, grab that nigga, and fucking put all his intestines on the subway station. And then wait for the cops. Because I play no games with them motherfuckers. I do not like them. So, to get back to this shit, this is why y'all need to stop just looking at shit and letting people control your fucking mind. That is not what this is. This is to save black males and to keep black women in a servitude, free labor mindset. That's what the fuck this skit is for. The same way with the black lady with the fucking Cheesecake Factory video, that skit was done for you to get comfortable with giving up free sex and going into relationships with dudes that have nothing to offer you because they have no money, nothing going on for them in life, for you to be convinced that you're supposed to have no standards and let them do whatever they want to you. And this video is to convince young black girls that you have no hope in life but to always be some type of servant to a black male, whether it's in so-called your house where your mother's making you do it, so that you get used to doing this the rest of your life for some bum motherfucker that's going to be sitting on the couch while you working anywhere from 12 to 15 hours a day, and then coming home and being his personal maid. This is what this video is here to reinforce. So let's hear the bullshit, because the shit is stereotypical all the way. This black lady got on one of them fucking CNA outfits with the angry face, because you know all us black women is angry black woman stereotype. And the stereotype of how mothers are supposed to always hate their daughters, right? Us black women, we don't know how to love nobody. All we do is hate. We the most evilest motherfuckers in the world according to these black males. But yet, we still find it some way in our hearts to always take care of them. You ever notice? And anybody else who comes our way that needs our fucking assistance. This is why all this shit is such bullshit. Oh, but let me just put this one piece in here that I wanted to tell y'all about how even this shit affects my daughter, right? So I have a younger daughter, and one of my younger daughters, and her too. Everything with her these days is she's guided by what they're doing on TikTok, YouTube, etc. And I spend all my time trying to tell her, I need you to stop being entranced by this shit. I need you to think outside of what they're talking about on here. Use your own brain. Sit down. I need you to read some philosophy books. I need you to start learning how to approach the thinking and thought process from many different points of views, and for you to consider shit, this silly shit on here, this low level shit on here is always trying to teach you. That is my biggest fight right now with my daughter and girls that she knows online and has met online, trying to tell her that I'm toxic and trying to create a wedge between me and my daughter. And so this is a problem, because I'm telling you, even with my daughter, I'm like, you gotta understand, this shit is made to fuck you up so you don't have nothing in life. You see me, you already see I have what I need. And if I need my mother, I got her. Whether we like each other or not, she's there. And I'm telling my daughter this. I'm like, they're doing this to y'all because they don't want y'all to have no support group. Now me, personally, with my mother was, she had a lot of issues. And for those that experience this, you need to understand it. The same way they talking about Simone Biles recently. When you have a mother that is afflicted by narcotics and alcohol, be very clear that that is not a person who is in their right mind intentionally going about fucking up their life just because they want to. Drug addiction and alcohol addiction is a motherfucking disease. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then you need to sit down and read several fucking books on how drugs literally affect or rearrange and affect your mind and the functioning of your body. So that you understand that when a person like me tells you, when a young girl has a mother that was a former crackhead, a former dope fiend, a former alcoholic, that young girl has dealt with a lot. But if she is still astute enough to understand that those are diseases and battles that people have that they don't always win, you need to take that in consideration when you're talking about relationships between mothers and daughters, which is why I tell my daughter all the time. That is why I don't shit on my mother. I don't shit on her. I tell the truth. She was a woman that was afflicted by drugs and alcohol that were taught and introduced to her by black males. My mother didn't just wake up one day and say, I want to be a fucking crackhead, addicted to heroin, and an alcoholic. She did not say that. Circumstances in her life and the very dysfunctional, destructive, malicious, black woman hating, misogynistic black males in her life made sure to fuck her up as much as they could. So you keep that shit in mind when you talking shit about Simone Biles' relationship with her moms, You talking about the silly shit on this skit that they're doing here, and what I told you about me, my mother, and what I'm now telling my own daughter. Don't let people come in between you and what you have as a support system, because all those motherfuckers that's out here in this world looking to fuck up what you got, they ain't gonna be nowhere around to help you when you need help. That is what your mother is there for, and whatever other maternal figures you have in your life. And it is very real. Like, my daughters, I don't believe in them taking public transportation, so they all drive. And I make sure of that because they are young women. Anything could happen to them. And I make sure they have weapons in their cars, tracking devices, and everything. Because believe me, I'm fucking coming if they need me, okay? So, this shit that they're putting on this video here, this is clearly trying to tear down the protection that many young black women have in their mamas. And you know how how they have that saying, misery loves company? That's what's going on here too. Because come on, black women and young black women, you already know what time it is. Most people in this society hate to see black women happy, having anything, and definitely being loved on by their moms or other black women to show support. They hate to see black women being coddled, loved on, supported, and protected by the black women of their families and their communities. And in saying that, I'm going to turn this bullshit on now. And from what I've spoken to you and said to you, I hope I have opened up your mind enough and your third eye for you to understand that when you see shit like this, which is what it is, do yourself a favor and ignore this bullshit for what it is. This is the type shit you should flag and get the fuck out of here, because we don't need this negative shit running through our communities. And the other thing we don't need is these fucking African bitches like this, Utah, this Destiny Utah and the rest of them, constantly going to get all the toxic shit they could find on TikTok to fucking use and exploit black women in America to make money for themselves in their own country. Y'all need to really fucking understand that. These chicks are not on your side, no matter how much bullshit they talk in the summary or narrative of these videos. These bitches are on here because they see a formula on all the social media. If we disrespect and dehumanize black women and talk about how fucked up they are, people come to watch. They come to watch so we make money. So this is why this bitch is on here going to TikTok to get other black women doing crazy shit to come talk to you like she's here to mother, son, and daughter you as to how to live your life right, like she's so fucking got it all together. Who the fuck is this bitch? Why are you in American black women's business? Don't you have a whole fucking country you living in that's not America? You need to go counsel them fucking African women you live among. And maybe y'all won't be being killed by black femicide more than American women, and having your young little girls raped and shit by those men over there y'all live with. Black women, you need to wake up, and you need to stop going along for these fucking parlor tricks on YouTube, TikTok, and etc., and put all these motherfuckers in check by flagging their fucking channels, deleting their shit, and blocking them. Because you don't need this bitch to rehash other shit from TikTok to constantly keep making black women look bad. Let's listen to this fucking skit shit.
Wow, knocked off half of her grill. She said, that's how I ended up. God. Look, there's weed everywhere. Trash like bright, dirty. Now I see why so many young girls get essayed by their brothers, essayed by their mother's boyfriend.
That shit at essay ain't got shit to do with what's going on here. This is bullshit. This is what they call extended dramatization. They want to pull you in with the emotion. That shit is not real. Think about yourself when you were a teenager. Would you be crying and acting like that, or would you not be talking mad shit and acting crazy and ready to fight? Because I know that's how I was, and that's how my daughters are, and even my little ass granddaughters are like that. When they're in the room and their brothers are fucking taking over PlayStation and whatever else they're playing, and the girls is like, nah, it's our turn to play. And the boys is like, no, no, no. There's a fight in that motherfucking room. So I don't know what this bullshit is, because they try to make all black women believe in the fact that you should be weak, taken advantage of, and done however a motherfucker want to do you, and you accept that. Again, trying to reinforce that submission shit they talk about and being feminine, because femininity means that you let a motherfucker walk all over you, beat your ass, and treat you like shit. That's what this fucking video is depicting. Y'all better pay attention. Alright, let's go with this bullshit.
Abuse. This is abuse.
This is not abuse. This is a fucking skit.
Where did she go?
With her boyfriend. She got multiple men, I think. I don't know. She got bitch with 5 dudes.
Okay, so now all of a sudden, right? You see how the bullshit just keeps mounting in this skit? So now she done left. Where did she go? Now remember at first the little black girl's like, I ain't got nowhere to go. Now she got multiple boyfriends. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Are the pieces of the puzzle being put together? This is all a fucking setup. So that young black girls are being given the message here in this video that it's okay for you to be out there fucking all these old men and fucking people for free, because you ain't got nowhere to stay. So now you gotta give up ass, you gotta pop pussy to have a place to lay down, be free, be safe in this environment. So these old niggas in the street could use you and do what the fuck they want to you. Y'all better stay away from videos like this and stop giving this shit rotation. When you see this shit, throw this shit in the fucking trash as soon as it comes out.
That's a young baby in diapers. I've seen this many times.
She's just stupid. Everything with her is negative about black women.
Well, let me tell y'all something. The reason why I called y'all is for me and my brother's safety. I do not want to be here. She's messing with a couple dudes, and I'm not sure if they dangerous or not. Look, sir, I just don't know. I'm 15 years old.
You're 15?
Yes, I'm 15.
Do you have your dad?
Yeah, my dad. I just text. The only way I can contact him is on TikTok.
You see that?
That's another thing. Okay? This is another thing that they're doing in these videos that you black women better stop allowing. They're trying to set you all up as being people who are overly vulnerable because you have no quote unquote male protection, because this is the patriarchy we live in, and because we got so much misogyny running rampant because of the fact that you got a woman going into the presidency, right? They're trying to make it seem like the black women depicted in these videos are all unable to handle themselves as an adult. And this is the consequence of that. Because you remember, they run around talking about how black women are responsible for everything that goes wrong in the black community, right? And how we're the ones raising these kids and they're turning out to be like this. This is all the shit. This video is here to try to verify and confirm to you, to keep this cycle of poverty, dysfunction, and ignorant shit going on when it doesn't have to start in a lot of homes. But when kids are sitting here, and young women and black women in general, watching this shit, getting emotionally heated and not using emotional intelligence, that is what comes out of this. Exactly what they want. The dysfunction, the rift between the younger women and the older women, so that these black males could slip right in between those cracks and keep abusing these young girls.
Are yourself with the kid?
Yeah, with kids. I got a little baby and he's right here.
Are these your siblings?
Yes, these my siblings. My siblings together.
Oh. Yep.
And now you have the cop. And now you have the cops' commentary on the poor black mothering of this woman and the issues between this woman, her daughter, and the nigga that she's putting before her kids. And yes, that is a real issue in the black community, but it is not the overwhelming issue in the black community. The overwhelming issue in the black community is black women and black young women spend way too much fucking time letting these fucking videos on YouTube, TikTok, and etc. infiltrate your fucking mind and influence how you live your life. Believe me when I tell you that. This shit is here to constantly make it where black women have no escape in society. This fucking shit here is to make sure that everywhere you go, people are looking at you like, oh, she ain't shit. She don't take care of her kids. She does this. I see the videos on YouTube. I see the videos on TikTok. This is what these black males are doing, and these black identified women, to make it where no one wants to help you and everyone has a bad fucking opinion of you. I'm done. I don't have nothing more to say, but I really need y'all to open your eyes and really expand your fucking mind and stop being taken in by this bullshit. Because a lot of this shit, when you don't actually see who's behind the camera, are motherfuckers doing whatever they got to do to make a video and to make money. And it's real. Look at all of those African women. You got Destiny Utah, Priscilla Boyle, and them two other ones I can't think of right now. Why are they on YouTube and TikTok every day looking for the worst of black women? The depictions of us, the issues we have, the fights we have, the murders of us, the horrible things we do to our children when we do it, the crimes we commit. These bitches are digging in the crates constantly for that shit. Constantly. To make a video so they could get 20,000 views that you black women give them. You don't think the people that make these videos ain't looking to do the same thing? We are a fucking commodity on social media. And we continue to willingly be a fucking commodity because we don't select exactly what we want to see on here that is positive in our image. We allow this stupid shit to continue to happen. We do. And until y'all start gatekeeping your image and gatekeeping the stereotypes that surround you, and you allow what is out here to positively, like every other group of women only have out here on YouTube, you're going to only have all this shit on here trying to make you look like you are less than a fucking animal as a black woman. Because it benefits the black male. It benefits white America for you to constantly be the person that everybody gets to blame everything on, treat like shit, and make sure you never have nothing. Y'all better be mindful of that shit. You better be mindful because you're not paying attention to what's going on social media. There are no black women, but like maybe one or two, me, Matrix, and a few other people who are actually speaking up for black women, American black women's behalf, to make sure that this whole fucking platform is not overrun with negative images, toxic images of us. So people begin to dehumanize us and treat us like we all need to be killed, the way they started up the dehumanization and hatred and not having people think of you as human beings before they start putting you in concentration camps or just killing you because you were black when you were a slave. Like, you're allowing this shit to creep into your unconsciousness. You're allowing this shit to creep into your mind because you're taking this bullshit in as a matter of fucking fact. Black women, don't nobody control your relationship with you, your mother, or your daughter, but you, your mother, and your daughter. All the shit you see on here is to make sure black women keep serving up young black girls to the black males of all black communities. Y'all better heed what I say, because things probably gonna get a little bit more hard before they get better. And young black girls, I keep saying it all the time, you're gonna need your mothers, and mothers, you're gonna need your daughters, because you don't know what day you wake up and you are now not able to function the way you used to. You have a disability, or shit has happened in life where now you can't even support yourself. You're gonna need people. So stop fucking tearing down relationships with people if you don't really absolutely need to. Because in this life, you need people. And it has only been since the creation of social media and the ability for people to become creators has there ever been such a tearing down of the black mother-daughter relationship. Because everybody else stands to benefit from your non-existence of a relationship. They all stand to benefit from that. When you hate your mother and your mother hates you, everybody else benefits from that shit. Everybody else in this fucking society. And I need y'all to wake up and understand that.